asked if you recognized this. It's a document containing the identity of Mr. Rabbit. It was sent to an Italian journalist called Mino Pecorelli. Say hello, Mino.
Ciao.
Mino's a man who pinned the death of Aldo Moro on the CIA for us. Mino's with us. Aren't you, Mino?
Lo sai che non parlo inglese?
Getting this was a shock for Mino. It blew his mind, in fact. And we were very, very lucky it was sent to him. Weren't we, Mino?
Lo sai che non parlo inglese? Perché tutte queste domande? Cazzo.
Do you recognize it, Philip? Are you sure? You fucking sent it.
I finished, Janus.
What? Does it work?
It works perfectly. It's perfect, but I've made an adjustment to it. I've changed it.
What adjustment?
No, no. I've changed it.
What have you done? What is the adjustment?
You can't use it. You can never use what I've made.
Give me Janus by the end of the week. Or we'll torture Jessica. Have you come here just to drink?
There's a blackout everywhere else.
It's only held once every 4 years, this. The idea is to get people together who could never normally talk. Like politicians, world leaders, scientists. No one knows it exists. Is that what you are? A scientist, then? Must be a good one to get into here. Must be some kind of genius to get into
No
here.
offense. I'm sure you're great, but why don't you just fuck off?
Why don't you make me? What's wrong with curing malaria? Or don't you want to make the world a better place?
Let me explain something to you. The sun throws a certain amount of energy onto this planet. We turn it into food, clothing, shelter, etc. It supports an amount of us, and it took 30,000 years for that amount to become 1 billion. Then we found a way to use ancient sunlight trapped in oil and coal. We started to live off that. What happened? In just 130 years, our population doubled. The next billion took 30 years. The 4th billion has taken just 14. So here's the question. What do you think is going to happen when that oil and coal runs out in, say, 100 years? When there's 10 billion living on a planet that can support only one?
I think we're going to tear each other to shreds.
At last, someone with an ounce of fucking brain. Malaria? The only disease that needs curing is us.
Come on, then. Let's throw ourselves off.
What are you doing?
Well, there's no point in being alive.
All right, okay, I get it. Yeah, fine, I get what you... Look, that could tip. Please don't do that, please.
Have you ever been in a genocide?
What?
I have. So if you have some sort of answer, I'd like to hear it.
I have an answer. No one wants to listen to me, they're all too fucking scared, but if you come down off that table, I will tell you. This is incredible. Some of those scientists are Nobel laureates.
So? Well, they think you're a god. Don't laugh. Do you see the way they behave around you? Are small compared to you.
I can't think like that.
Why? Because it's true.
I'm confused by what I feel. Each day is momentous. Each minute, every decision, every action is historic. And I feel separate. You know? Do you feel that? That separation?
See? You are a fucking god.
Janus. It's called Janus, and it's a protein, and it's incredible. The hard part was making it so it can't be detected. It's split into two elements which combine in the brain to create Janus. It then sends signals that alter the production of cohesion in fertility. Essentially, it switches off human reproduction. It's amazing.
Philip, when you say it switches off human reproduction, we're not trying to end the human race.
We use a placebo. We leave 5 to 8% unaffected. They'll remain fertile.
And who do we give that placebo to?
There are certain genetic traits that are undeniably advantageous. Now, I believe I've isolated a group of people who are genetically stronger.
Group? Do you mean a race?
Race is not a term that science recognizes, but yes, if you must, then race.
That's the Third fucking Reich.
It's the opposite of that. I'm not talking about murder, I'm talking about allowing some to continue. A world without race. It's a world without racial fucking genocide!
And can you make Janus decide?
I could find a combination of junk genes that only a certain percentage have, tailor Janus not to trigger when those genes are present.
Well, and that would be random. Nothing would connect those people.
No, it's junk DNA. It doesn't do anything. But why not choose?
Because that's not who we are. They've been to Plovdiv.
Yes, I love Plovdiv.
He hasn't been to fucking Plovdiv.
What are you Of course, I love Plovdiv. Plovdiv's my favourite place.
He is a fucking liar, Broska. Okay, you tell me what is the name of the main square in Plovdiv.
Okay. The main square in Plovdiv, right? It's got lots of little... So the main square in Plovdiv is called Plovdiv Main Square. Now, they're a straight-speaking people. Should do the merengue, yeah? Down the shoulder. That's it. Watch my hip.
She's lovely, Broska.
Merengue!
Does he know what you do, Tom?
God, no. I love him. And I want him to continue loving me.